leaving the hotel here to go explore around, see what I can see. Pretty nice place to stay here in Vienna. I like it. Let's go see what's going on. Look around the place, explore. So Vienna does have a particularly large shopping area, shopping zone, pedestrian streets, a lot of shops. It's a really nice place to walk around, and you can get everything here, absolutely everything. One thing I have to do while I'm walking down the streets in Vienna is I got to get something to eat, because I'm walking around and a little bit hungry, a little bit cold. So for sure, I'm going to get one of these babies right there. Oh, a nice bratwurst or something like that. That's going to be freaking awesome. Well, in Vienna, it being a lockdown as it is, you can't eat in any restaurants and you can't do anything like that. So I'm here with my bratwurst, horseradish, mustard. Really good, but can't enjoy it inside. You gotta eat it outside. Still nice. And it's the 22nd of December now, so the atmosphere is kind of nice. People are chilling, Christmas music. And the bratwurst, I have to say, they're really good. Well, it was a little walkabout, just a small one. I'm glad I finally made it back to the hotel. Gonna go chill. It's a shame all the Christmas markets and everything are closed because, you know, pandemic. But there's a nice look around. I'll do some more stuff later on tomorrow. 24 hours in Vienna. Time to go to the crib. Back in my room, and like I said a million times before, I have no choice besides eat in my room or get room service and all that stuff because everything's closed because the pandemic. Can't eat in restaurants, can't go to bars. So instead, I just bought my own stuff because I like it better sometimes, you know. So what I got going on here is standard stuff for me anyway. I'm gonna sit here and watch some Netflix, and got a bottle of Merlot, which is kind of nice and tasty. Of course, I got some water. I got some cold cut salamis and stuff like this, which I actually really like. Smoked almonds, yummy, yummy. And I've got some nice cheese, aged cheese. And I love this as well. I got some Nordic caviar, which is really, really good. Sit here and eat. I like Nordic caviar, and some crackers to put it on, of course. And that's it, man. And the beer says it all. Seriously. Glamping in the Ritz-Carlton, that's just H-E-double-L. I'm kidding, of course. So that's it for me. That's what I'm going to be doing. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace. Well, let's go on a little walkabout and see what we can see. We'll do something interesting out here. A little bit of a rainy day today. Drizzly, not really rainy. 5 degrees, but it's nice. I enjoy it. All right, I'm just walking around here on a walkabout. A little bit cold, a little bit rainy today, but I'm in the museum quarter. And something pretty cool, actually. Behind me is the museum of modern art. It's pretty nice. It's a huge building. It's actually quite impressive, you know what I mean? A big gigantic old building like this, built in the 1880s. Imagine building something like this in the 1880s. Imagine building something like this now, let alone in the 1880s. Damn. But equally impressive is this building, which is identical. Museum of Natural History. Museum of Modern Art, Museum of Natural History. Both identical buildings, both built in the 1880s. These guys are mad, I swear. Great statues and things here in the middle of the park. But one thing I can't believe is these two buildings are completely identical to each other. Stop. This gigantic building in the back behind me is actually the Rathaus in Vienna, which most of you might know as City Hall. Nice City Hall. The other side is actually more beautiful, but there's construction and everything going on in the park on the other side, so it's kind of ugly now, but typically it's more beautiful. Really, really nice place. Now this place was built 1872 to 1883. So it took them 11 years to build this place. It's really, really big. Can you imagine building that now, right? I tell you, around here in Austria in the 1800s, they were busy people. They're building all kinds of shit around here during that time. Vienna City Hall. Can't go inside, of course, you know, all the blah, blah, blah. Protection for COVID and everything else, just like I've always been saying for the past year. But nice building to see. This is the other side of the Rathaus, the other side of the City Hall. So it's much more pretty, but there's a lot of construction going on. Sometimes you're out walking around and you have to go. You just have to go. Great thing about being here in Vienna, and in Europe in general, they always have little toilet stalls. And they're really, really great. This one is open from obviously certain hours, and then it is actually 50 euro cents. So when you walk in, there's always a caretaker who takes good care of the place, and the place is spotless. Very, very clean. Very nice deal. Well, here's something that's pretty cool. See this gigantic church behind me? It's called the Votive Church. Now, this church was built in 1879. The history behind this church is the emperor back in the 1800s, Franz Joseph, had an attempted assassination, and it failed. His brother, Maximilian, was so happy that it failed that he said, "Yay, let's build a church." So they built the church. And this is it. They started building in 1853, finished building in 1876, 1879. So it took them 26 years to build this really, really pretty church. Survived. On a side note, this guy Maximilian, his brother, became the Emperor of Mexico later. How does that happen? Okay, some useless information. Sigmund Freud. We all know who that is, right? Bit of a very, very smart kind of whack job. Little did I know, he actually lived here in Vienna. Can you imagine? This is that church that I talked about earlier, which is pretty awesome place. This park is named after Sigmund Freud. It's a Sigmund Freud park. And he actually lived here. So, while I'm here, let's go check out where he lived. He lived in that place until 1939, when he had to leave. And as the war was alive here in Europe, and Hitler and his henchmen were coming. So he didn't want any part of that, which is understandable. So he ran away, and he left this place and he went to the UK back in 1939. But for years and years and years, this is where he lived. Now, I've been walking a long way and I'm quite far from my hotel. It's kind of dreary and raining and a little bit cold. And so I need to get around a little bit quicker than walking. I'd like to get back to the hotel, change and do something else. So of course I picked up the latest app here in Vienna. They call it Lime. So if I click on the Lime app, it immediately finds my location. And then it finds any scooters that are around me. This scooter should be right across the road, and there it is. So all I have to do, and for those of you who don't know, is I have to select a QR code, enable the scanner. Now it's been raining, so I gotta wipe this off.
And enable, switch on using, where is it? Where's the QR code?
Boom. It's unlocking. And bam. Start riding. The temporary charge me, blah, 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 whatever. There it is. On the phone. See? So now I can rock and roll. Battery's 51%, and I'm not moving. Totally awesome. So that's my new ride. And I got to put both hands on the wheel, so I'll catch you later before I die.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. And when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink.
This thing is clever enough to know that I'm in a pedestrian area, and it only lets me go no more than 5 kilometers per hour, because it knows I'm in the pedestrian area. It's asking me, dude, are you done? And I selected, yeah, I'm done. So now let's see what happens here. My little app says, boom, you're done. And this thing says, boom, it's locked. Let's see if you can see that shot there. It says locked, you're done. So that's it, my ride is done. That's pretty awesome. I like how that works. It's the first time I've used that here, so it's pretty cool. I like using these things. Great to get around. I had a top speed of about 15 kilometers an hour at one point, and like I showed you, barely. I go through the pedestrian area, it knows that I'm in a pedestrian area, and won't let me go more than 5 kilometers an hour. Pretty cool. In case I didn't mention it, this is St.Stephens Cathedral behind me. Totally awesome piece of work this is. And they originally started building this cathedral in 1147. 1147, can you imagine? And that was the original groundbreaking for the cathedral. And it continued to being built and developed over the years and years. And even in the 1400s, they were building it still. The tallest gadget over there, that thing, stands 136 meters tall, and there's a bell inside that you just heard ringing that weighs 21,000 kilos. 21,000 kilos, a bell. First of all, how did they make it? Back in those days, you know, like the 1400s, the bell was put up there, 1447 or something like that. How did they make it? Which is astonishing back then. And how the heck did they get it all the way up there? Which is just freaking astonishing. Actually, the bell is there. It's housed in that, you see that black space over there? That's where the bell is. It's just totally awesome. Talk about a piece of work, man. Never seen.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all headed